So let's begin by talking about what we're going to use to clean our blades with. There's many different things you can use, and many of you may have things you've used for years. Some people just use WD-40. Some folks have their own special concoction of a cleaning agent they use. For me, I've used this CMT Formula 2050 for, well, I'll give you an idea. This bottle's about 8 years old. So many years I've used this stuff for. It's totally biodegradable, safe for your hands, non-toxic, doesn't do any danger to the environment. It's wonderful stuff. And it's relatively cheap. I think this gallon costs about $22, somewhere around there. I think you can get like a little 18-ounce bottle for about $8. It lasts a long time, and you can reuse it. So that's what's really nice about it. Now in this bottle, I have basically the CMT 2050. I didn't have another spray bottle. This is an old bottle of Blade and Bit Cleaner that I used to use a long time ago. The spray pump still works real well, so I just fill it up with 2050. A nylon brush of some type is nice to have for those stubborn pitch and resin buildups that may require a little bit of scrubbing. In this case, I don't really think we're going to need it because this blade really isn't that bad. I normally take a small piece of some green Scotch-Brite pad. This helps just clean off the blade or the bit, getting those cracks and crevices real nice. And some type of container to hold some of the cleaner in. Some folks will put it in a big tub, like for using to change your oil or something like that. That works real well too. To me, it's just a little overkill. If you've got a lot of blades to clean, that would probably be great. But in this case, this is pretty much all you need. All right, so let's begin by pouring a little bit of the 2050. We're not going to need much. Just a little bit. In there in our spray bottle. And our brush. And let's start by, I'm going to move this bottle out of the way. I'm just going to give the blade a liberal misting, and then take the green pad and just kind of go over the face of the blade. It doesn't take a lot of pressure or effort, just a light. I just follow the kind of the grain of the blade, if you will. And just by doing this, I can already see that the face of the blade is already, or the face of the bits or the tips are already getting clean. Like I said, this blade was not that dirty. And I don't know if you can see it already coming clean. I'll flip it over. Be careful when you're doing this. I don't know how, it depends on how sharp your blade is, but this blade is very sharp, and you could definitely cut your finger on this blade. And I'm just going through with this green pad, just kind of making sure that the face is clean. Okay. All right. Looks like the face is clean on all the tips. Now, one thing you'll want to do is if your gullets, these spaces in between the teeth, just take your green pad, kind of go in there between there. Now, these aren't very bad, so I'm not really going to worry about them. I'll get the face of the tips, just get myself a little bit more of that. Kind of just get the face of the tips. Whoops. Once again, be careful because This blade, anyways, is very, very sharp. I could definitely cut my fingers on this if I weren't careful. And after I go around a couple times like that, all right. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is you're going to need some type of rag or cloth to wipe this off with. You don't need to rinse it off with water or anything like that. You're just going to need some kind of rag or cloth to do that with. So let me go out and get one of those real quick, and I'll be right back. I've just got a shop rag that I use. It's just a cloth, cotton cloth. And now I'm just going to wipe the blade off. I don't know if you can see these tips on this blade or not. How they glisten. They're very highly polished. All right, now let's talk about cleaning some router bits. You can see in front of me I've got a little palette of router bits, varying size and shapes and profiles. I think we'll just start with this little CMT bit. You can see it's a little grungy. Not too bad. I mean, most of it's, quite honestly, most of it's just dust from the shop. But we're going to go ahead and spray it with some CMT 2050. Just give it a liberal spraying. And then I'll just take the brush and kind of work into the cracks and crevices. Get the face of the bit or the blade. Clean off the bearing a little bit. And just take my cleaning rag and kind of wipe it off. And you can see that's got that pretty cleaned up. And once again, I'll hit it with a little bit of the blade coat. Kind of got to spray it off camera so I don't get it in the camera and all over my table. But just a little touch of that. That's that. See if there's anything else. This rail and style bit's got kind of a little buildup on it from when I used it. Building some gun cabinets for my kids last year. Time and patience is really all you need to do is to clean router bits. There's a lot of cracks and crevices. It's a lot slower than cleaning a circular saw bit, which you saw earlier just took me a matter of minutes. To clean all these bits here, it'd probably take me a good hour or so just to kind of go through them, clean them, spray them down with some blade coat, lubricate the bearings if necessary. Right there, you can see it's all nice and clean again. Ready for use. All right. I think you get the idea on how to clean blades and bits. It's one of those necessary evils when you're working with wood. And we all have a collection of router bits and saw blades that we kind of tend to neglect over time because it's nothing that's fun to do, but it's one of those necessary evils to make sure we have all our bits cleaned and ready for use and provide us good clean cuts for our next project. Alright, so today we learned a little bit about cleaning router bits and circular saw blades, how to do it easily, quickly, and effectively to produce the best cuts you can get from your bits. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you learned a little bit, go ahead and hit the like button. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button for upcoming events. And we sure do appreciate your time. You guys have a great day. Bye.